Are you tired of manually screening your Cryo-EM grids? In this video, we'll show you how to screen them in a semi-automated way using EPU. Hi everyone, my name is Marcelo from PNCC. Let's get started. Today's workflow relies on concepts covered in our EPU multi-grid video, so please consider watching that first for additional information. In this video, we'll keep things as straightforward and practical as possible. First, make sure that all grids you plan to screen already have their atlases collected. Today we have 4 grids loaded. Go to EPU tab and click New Queue. EPU will ask whether you would like to use previous preferences. Select No, so we can start from scratch. Now define a session name. At PNCC we name screening sessions using the project number, sample name, date, and the word screening. Next, select the option that matches your grid type. In this example, we're using holy carbon grids. Since this is a screening session, we can go with accurate mode. For the output folder, make sure the Z drive is selected, then click Apply. You'll now see that a session has been created for slot number 4. In Square Selection, click Unselect All, then carefully choose a few grid squares to screen, ideally squares with different ice thicknesses. This may seem counterintuitive, but some particles prefer slightly thicker ice, so sampling different ice thicknesses is important. Right-click on the first selected grid square and choose Move Stage to Grid Square. The red cross indicates the current stage position. Once the stage is in position, proceed to hole selection. Click Autocentric. As soon as EPU determines the eccentric height for the current square, measure the hole size, then click Find Holes. EPU will mark the detected holes with green circles. Use Remove Holes close to the grid bar and gently adjust the filter ice quality sliders to remove areas that are too dark, for example, thicker ice or transfer contamination, or too bright, such as empty holes. Next, enable Fast Screening. By default, EPU selects 5 random holes within the current grid square, following the filters you applied. You can change this number, for example, to 15, and EPU will immediately update the selected holes. 15 holes may be excessive for routine screening, but the goal here is simply to show that we can choose any number you prefer. For this example, I'll set it back to 5. Move to Template Definition and click Acquire. Once the image is acquired, click Find and Center Hole to verify that the centering algorithm works properly. After the hole is centered, check the autofocus area that was automatically placed. Make sure Always is selected. Now click Add Acquisition Area, choose Circular, and observe that 6 acquisition areas are automatically placed within the centered hole. Today we're using a Titan Krios, which allows multiple acquisition areas per hole. On many 200 kV systems, you may be limited to 1 acquisition area per hole. That's perfectly fine, just something to keep in mind. Alright, each acquisition area starts with a single defocus value. Let's add a few additional defocus values for this semi-automated screening session and then apply this defocus list to all acquisition areas. Return to session queue. Now for slot number 4, we have 3 grid squares selected, 5 holes per square, and 6 acquisition areas per hole. That results in 90 exposures total, quite a lot for a screening, but perfect for demonstration purposes. Now we can use AutoCreate Session. EPU will display all slots with collected atlases. Select the slots you want to include and click OK. Today we have 4 grids loaded. The first 2 grids have a gold support film and the last 2 have a carbon support film. When auto-creating a session, make sure that the other grids have the same support film and hole spacing, since EPU applies the same template to all grids selected. For that reason, I'll uncheck the grids with gold support films and keep only slot 5 selected, as this is the only grid that matches the one we manually prepared. Quick side note, if you want to screen the gold grids as well, you'll need to create a separate session manually. To do that, go to the Atlas tab and load one of the gold support grids. Then click Add Session and repeat the setup we just performed. Once the template definition is ready, you can use Auto Create Session for the remaining matching slots. Alright, let's go back to where we left off. Now, click OK. A new session will be created. Name it using the same convention: project number, sample, date, and screening. For auto-created sessions, you won't be able to change the grid type, but you can still adjust the acquisition mode if necessary. Now we have 2 sessions in the queue. Even though slot number 5 is not currently loaded, we can still visualize its atlas here. Whenever you need to edit a session, simply double-click on it and EPU will load all files and settings associated with that session. For example, if I double-click on the session for slot number 4, all corresponding content is loaded. Now, let's switch back to the session for slot number 5 and proceed to square selection. Click Unselect All, then choose a few grid squares. Alright, everything is now set to screen the grid in slot number 5. Going back to Session Queue, we can see both sessions listed, each one with 3 grid squares selected. As a reminder, the queue runs from top to bottom. You can drag and drop sessions to adjust their execution order if needed. We're now ready to move to automated acquisition. If your microscope is equipped with an energy filter, enable this option for each session in the queue to perform the auto zero loss routine at a specific frequency, for example, every 2 hours. When everything looks good, click Start Queue to begin screening all planned sessions. An EPU will now move to the first grid square, determine the eccentric height, find the holes, randomly select 5 holes according to the fast screening settings, acquire the images, move to the next grid square, and eventually proceed to the next grid. This process continues until all sessions are completed. Once finished, review the images and rank your grids for a future data collection session. And that's all for today. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment with questions or suggestions for future videos.